Hi, this is now an energetic update for November 15th to November 30th. And this is because something has shifted and something is shifting right now. And my feeling was at the end of last month that something would come up. I couldn't really put my finger on it, but something would change throughout the month in terms of energetic tendencies, and this is what I sense right now, and that's what I would like to share with you. So you have felt the tension charged energies of November so far, I'm sure, in your life. Most of us have anyway. Some of us might have been the exception, but most of us have. And what I sense now is that something else is coming in, something else is shifting. Now, one thing is that to me, it nearly feels like we have shifted timelines. We have somehow, it feels like a different quality of time to me. And I love if you could actually share this with me, if this is your perception too. Something feels a bit different to, let's say, 2 weeks ago. And I'm not talking like word politics, I'm talking about energetic qualities, which obviously also express themselves in events, in our personal life, things that happen. And this is really now, like my sense is, what the difference is now is that before there was a sense of time and the length something would take, let's say in the shift, in energetically moving forward, in the development, in the growth, in the expansion of the consciousness of the planet, humanity, each individual. Now I have the sense that this kind of time frame has changed. It's nearly like, to me, it feels like it has been compressed into a shorter space of time. And which means the development, the movement forward, the development forward has been like, there has been this speeding up process. And this has just happened. And now things are kind of getting really, really compressed into a shorter space of time, like earthly time, so that certain progresses will not take as long as maybe anticipated by a lot of light workers out there, a lot of people who have woken up, who are very conscious, who are very, very aware. So now it feels like things are speeding up, are happening faster, are moving faster, which also means they're even going to be much more intense, because it's all going to be brought into this like one bubble, very, very intense bubble. Now, even if it had been a longer period of time, it would have been very intense. But now it's like, okay, let's have this, let's get it over and done with, if we want to put it that way, and let's do this quicker. But this feels like also much more intense, much more unbelievable in terms of what we're going to see, in terms of what we're going to hear, in terms of what we're going to experience, or what we are already experiencing, because the light is being shone stronger and faster and with more intention, more clarity into the dark spaces, into the shady places. Like, this is really it, this quality of the light is being focused into the dark areas that have been hidden for so long. And the dark topics, the dark agendas, the dark even emotions, and I'm talking about your personal life, I'm talking about our collective life, I'm talking about society, I'm talking about all of that. The theme now is light has to be present, or has to be allowed to become present in the dark areas. Yeah? To expose what has been there for so long, so that it can be healed, and that it can be integrated and let go of. This is what is happening. This is what I feel strongly is happening now, much faster. Something is speeding up, and I would like to really support you if you feel this, also emotionally. If you feel there are emotional topics coming up right now, old ones, old patterns, or relationship patterns with old people in your life. If you feel there is stuff coming up, maybe you thought you had dealt with it already, or maybe you have dealt with this all along, but now it wants to be seen. Now is the time to actually transform it, which does not mean offering resistance, trying to ignore it, because this is what has kept it there all along anyway. If you try to ignore it, I don't want this to be there. I don't want to be that person who behaves that way or who thinks that way. That's not me. That's not me. Instead, look at this. If something comes up, because it wants to be seen now, okay? And know that it is okay to look at it. Know that you're held, that you're loved, you are loved. So it is okay to look at the shady things. It's fine. Nothing is going to happen. Quite the opposite. This is your chance to grow, to heal, okay? So look at it. Something comes up, like this air of confrontation, like the energy of confrontation that is around, is also in these emotional patterns. So confront yourself with it, with your topics, with your themes, with your patterns. If they come up, they want to be confronted with. They are confronting you. So allow it. Don't offer any resistance. Allow it. Okay? And then hold it. Look at it. And let really, if this helps, like focus your attention on your heart and this little light in your heart, and then see kind of it opening up, and let this light in your heart shine onto this issue that you're dealing with in that moment or during that time period. Right? This means because you are light, your knowledge, your wisdom, your light, your love. Open that part of you up to shine onto that issue, and look at it and allow it to be there, and allow the light to penetrate through it, to move through it, everything, to look at everything, and then allow it to heal. Allow it to go, no longer suppressing it, no longer wishing it wouldn't be there. And this goes for everything, for every topic, for every issue, for everything. Allow the light to be I want to say focused, like actively, really. Allow that process to happen. And it's going to be painful, yes. Yes, avoiding it and allowing the things to be hidden in the darkness is much easier, right? Because then we don't have to deal with them. Now it's time to name what has been happening, also globally, also in society. It is time for these issues that are no longer needed for an evolved and conscious humanity. First, they have to be seen. These things have to be seen. These things have to be looked at. They have to be acknowledged. They have to be acknowledged. They can no longer be swept under the carpet. And we're going to see this during the next couple of months and years. Okay? Allow them to be seen, and it's going to be hard, chaotic, hard, painful, really painful. But these things have always been there. The pain has just been hidden from your eyes, but the pain has always been there. These things are taking place, have been taking place for centuries. So know that you can hold the space for this process to happen. And I encourage all of you light workers to be focusing on that a lot more now even. You possibly know that intuitively anyway. Hold the space for this process to happen. And if it's painful, allow the pain to be there, because it means it's being processed and it can heal. And everything that has been hidden can come up so that it can be transcended by us. It can be transcended with our consciousness. and it is no longer needed and no longer wanted. It also needs to be seen so that we can actually say, this is not what we want anymore. As long as you don't see it, you can't even say, I don't want this, because for you it's non-existent. Okay? Okay. And the other aspect that was shown to me was this kind of cartoony image of someone or some creature or animal or whatever being hypnotized, and you see these spirals and circles in their eyes when they're being hypnotized. I keep seeing this image, and this is like so many humans are staring at something outside, whether it is world politics, any other issue. They're like being hypnotized and focused on the drama, on the issues, on the emotions. They're even emotionally involved in all of that. And it's like they are no longer in touch with their own life. They're totally focused out there and are being fed information and are being programmed in a way. And the message is for you, if you have this feeling that this is also you, that you might be very much focused on the outside as well right now and on the drama, and don't even feel you're in control anymore of whether you listen to something or don't, or watch something or don't. And if it is part of your topics that you talk about, topics of conversation, then remind yourself you have a choice. Are you going to allow this process to continue, like for some other force to hypnotize you, or are you actually standing up and saying, no, I'm taking my power back. This is the life of other people. I'm here right now. Like, this is my life. What is happening within me, within my space right now? And for this to happen, you only have today, right? To live your life today, you only have today. So as long as you're focused on what's going on there, you're missing the opportunity to live your life in the here and now. And that's what I also want to convey, what seems to be important for the other side, for you to know. Okay, just reflect on it. I mean, there is no harm. We can always choose to go unconscious, to be hypnotized, to be, to allow other people, other topics to take our attention and our focus and our energy. That's fine. We can do that as long as you know you have a choice. You allow it, or you say, no, I won't. So the consciousness lies within knowing that you have a choice to go unconscious, to be programmed or not. Okay. That's what's required, to be alert, to be aware, to be conscious in the way you choose. Okay? And with that, I'm encouraging all of us to be the light for each other, to be the support for each other, to be there for each other, and to hold this. We're in the middle of it right now. Let's hold the space. Let's hold the space for others who might find it more difficult. Okay? We can do this. We are doing it. We can do this. I'm going to love you and leave you for today, and we're going to talk again next time.